I used to get so many questions from other students, and people were from all over the world. And I was like, "What's Saudi Arabia like?" And you could just tell them anything, and they'd believe it. You could just make stuff up. You could be like, "Oh, my camel, riding my camel to school through the desert," and they're just like, wow.
I would believe that right now.
I feel like you go like this. You go like this. I'm gonna pour the sand out, and you make a wish.
And welcome to the Wokest Show on YouTube. Where today we finally get to confront and destroy Zuby with facts and logic.
Oh
no. So it's time to be destroyed, sir. No, welcome to JK.
What's up, man? Appreciate it.
Welcome, Zuby!
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
We like to first kick off this series of videos we're gonna have with you by getting to know you a little bit.
Sure.
So, who are you? What are you all about? Maybe people here don't know.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Zuby. I'm an independent rapper from the UK. I'm also an author of 2 books.
Can you turn up the UK accent a little bit more then? Because that's not believable.
Can't is pretty just can't do it, Bart. Bart. Yeah, I'm a public speaker. I also run a podcast called Real Talk with Zuby. I've had that going for 5 years, interviewed some very big guests, including Elon Musk, Alex Hormozy, a lot of people.
Bart Kwan?
Yes, Bart Kwan. Episode not dropped yet.
Elon, Bart.
Not dropped just yet. Yeah.
Billionaire, thousandaire.
Hey, man. Getting the whole spectrum. Yeah, a lot of big guests on there. I also do public speaking in many different countries. I was born in England, grew up in Saudi Arabia, family background from Nigeria, and I've been nomadic for the past 2.5 years. So I say I live in Dubai, but I'm kind of all over the place. Went to 14 different countries just last year.
So you don't have any pets, huh?
No pets.
Travel too much.
It's like I have 6 birds.
That was the top question.
No pets. But yeah, man, a lot of people know me for different reasons. But I just try to put out positivity into the world, inspire and motivate people through my words and actions, and it's been going well, thank God.
I was pleasantly surprised when I saw your name on the call sheet, because sometimes Bart just gets people randomly, but I've been following you on Twitter for quite some time. And so I'm basically a fan, so I was really shocked when Bart got you, and I was like, what the fuck, how do you even know Zuby? And then Bart was like, he DM'd me, and I'm like, what? And then so my question is, how do you know this guy?
OG Fitness YouTube, man.
Wow. See, fitness connects people.
Do it.
Fitness guru. But you didn't think he was a comedian? You knew him as a fitness guy.
Still doesn't. I know him as a powerlifter.
He's like, that's news to me. What do you mean?
I know him as a powerlifter.
What kind of funny powerlifter maybe?
He's a funny man.
Because Bart dances by the pool like this.
Yeah, I mean, when did you start the Barbell Brigade channel?
2013. Oh no, before it was Barbell Brigade, it was just fitness. It was 2009 or something.
Yeah, I want to say it was more than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I was just independent rapper in the UK doing my thing and watching YouTube.
And Bart
came across some. I don't know what video it was, but yeah, I've known who you are for a long time.
Forgettable video, but you know who he is.
You said a lot of people know you for a lot of different things. What's your favorite thing that people know you for, and what's your least favorite?
Breaking the British women's deadlift record. That one's kind of fun. So,
Oh right.
Yeah. So in 2019, I identified as a woman, and I broke the British women's deadlift record.
Congratulations.
And it went very viral, and millions of people discovered me from that.
Now, surely you had to prep for months and months and months and months. For this feat.
Technically, I'd prepped for over a decade.
Yeah.
But on the day, I just kind of walked up to the bar and.
That's a big accomplishment.
That's huge, man.
Yeah.
That's huge. Congrats on that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That's big.
Thank you.
Wow. I didn't realize.
Thank you. It takes a special woman to do such a thing.
Yeah. A powerful one.
Yeah, with a penis.
What is the deadlifting record?
Oh gosh. So, man, I remember that day. So I think when I checked it, it was 210 kilos at the time, and
It's an American.
American math don't know, man.
That's actually pretty strong.
210 kilos is
That's 400.
maybe 470, 480.
Oh wow.
Something like
That's
that.
a lot.
So yeah, I mean my PB was 275, which is 606 pounds. And so the video that went viral was 230. It was
wow.
It was 515, something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, that was 5 years ago now, and that put me on a lot of people's radar.
The strongest woman in Britain.
Has that
Yeah.
record held strong? Is it still your record?
I haven't checked. I mean, we could Google search British women's deadlift record, and
Did you ever identify back to man?
oh yeah, I've been a man ever since.
Okay.
I've been a man ever since. I just you look, we live in modern times,
You had a calling.
and I try to be as progressive as possible. So as yeah, I do what suits me at the time,
They took it from you.
depending on which bathroom I need to
They
use.
took it from you.
Oh yeah,
Was it Richard Stevens?
Somebody named Lovelace.
Lovelace. Oh, it's been taken.
It's taken.
But my PB is still significantly higher than that.
So we're gonna edit that out because it was incorrect.
false information.
Yeah,
It was
we
correct.
want
It was
false-
correct
we
at the time.
I knew you were gonna give us some misinformation. So
What made you feel like you had to like prove a point with that video? Was it like the world? You felt like the world was like, what the fuck's going on? Everything's upside down.
Dude, we've been living in clown world for at least the past decade, and I'd seen this, especially coming up from around 2015 or so. And I remember having conversations with people saying, "Hey, like if these are the rules, you're gonna just start getting men saying that they're women and entering female sports and breaking their records and stuff." And then people thought that I was being overly alarmist or that it wasn't gonna happen. And then here we are. Whether it's swimming, weightlifting, athletics, MMA, you know, we've seen this goofiness and all. So obviously it's absurd, and I was just like, oh, okay, what's the British women's deadlift record in my weight class? Oh, that's what it is, and I can do way more than that. So I just posted the video. When I did it, I had 18,000 followers on Twitter at the time, and I didn't think it was going to be some big viral moment or some career-defining thing. I just was like, LOL, you know, this is kind of funny.
Yeah.
And it just went crazy. It hit 1 million views in under 24 hours. It got... because you have to remember at this time I was just an independent rapper in the UK, just doing my thing, whatever. I didn't have a big audience in the US or anything like that, and that just catapulted me into a whole different realm.
The US eats that shit up.
Oh, dude, it went crazy. It went viral globally. So it went viral in the fitness world, in the political world, in the social commentary world, in the all these different spheres. I remember when the tweet was going viral, and there were just all these comments started coming in different languages, just being shared there and there and there.
All the women were praising him.
It went crazy, man. It went crazy.
That sounds like you were an inspiration for all women, and that globally they needed that.
Yeah, man, gotta smash that glass ceiling. And I'm glad
also,
to
whoever
inspire
hit it
that.
before, I don't think they went viral while doing it. So like, there's something
Yeah.
to be said about
I know.
something to be said about that.
Yeah, man, it was a funny moment. That's how Joe Rogan discovered me. I came out to the U.S. I was here like September to November 2019. So that was my first time coming to LA. That's when Joe Rogan was still out here. So I did his show. I did the Rubin Report. This is when the Daily Wire were out here. So I did like Ben Shapiro's show and all these. It just started these dominoes, and
And then you fell off all the way here. That's brutal.
This is where people come to die.
The last domino.
Well, I would say we were the first to discover Matt Kim. But that's because he's Asian.
Who do you think is more clowny? You think America's more clowny or UK's more
US.
clowny?
U.S. easily.
You guys are cooler, huh? Like about all this woke stuff? Like,
You guys created it.
yeah.
You guys are exporting it all around the world.
God damn it.
I know, but it wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be like that.
We do feel accountable, kind of. Because, you know, if I was a better bully in high school, maybe somebody would happen.
You know what it felt like? It felt like I was marching with my friends and we're like, yeah, we're gonna work for like rights, and then they started saying crazy shit, and I'm like, man, I don't know about that. That's a little crazy.
No, it's too late. It's too late.
It's too late. Like what? Like I just wanted like equality. Like this is good, and then they just went no,
Quality's not good enough, man. They want equity.
and I'm like I don't understand.
Yeah, I think Canada might be even ahead of you guys, though.
Canada seems.
Yeah,
Canada's taking that ball, and they're just running into
What makes you cringe the most about our culture?
American culture.
Yeah.
Wow. American culture. That's even a strange term because there's so many different subsections of American culture.
Fair.
This is a
Fire away.
We all like hamburger. Well, I don't know about that.
the goofiest thing. Wait, phrase that question one more time.
Well, when you're in America,
Yeah.
what's the silliest shit you see that we just seem to accept or whatever?
The silliest. Do you know what? This isn't answering the question directly, but what always strikes me in the U.S. is everything in the UK, everything operates in this window. In some countries, things operate in this window, in some it's this window. U.S. is just
You know what?
on everything.
Okay.
Every type of human being that you can imagine exists in this country. There are human beings that exist here that
Like love guns, hate guns. Or some countries, no guns.
everything, like on whatever it is, social, cultural, political. Just
extremes.
there's just everything. Yeah, there's just everything. So there's certain types of people who you come across here, and I'm just like, this type of person just does not exist in any.
In America, they do.
And they have a community.
And they have a group.
Land of opportunities. man.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
We made fun of furries on this show, and we had actual furry lovers in the
yeah.
comments being like, "This is fucked up. I can't believe you guys are making fun of us."
This is probably the only country where you could probably become a millionaire by being a furry. Like
That's true.
You can,
If
Furry
you
If your
influencer.
feet are properly proportioned.
you can fly very high. You can sink very low. You can.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. That's crazy.
You're kind of making me
It's a
love
good.
this place.
It's a good and bad thing.
Yes, it is. It is.
But that's why the freedom here is awesome, and that's why people fight for it. Because you can literally do whatever the fuck you want and be successful at whatever you want.
Yeah, the volatility.
Compared to the freedom in the UK, where they can literally do whatever the fuck they want, and financially they don't have to pay a bunch of shit like we do.
Doesn't UK got crazy taxes?
UK has crazy taxes.
It has crazy taxes, but like if I want to do crypto things over there, or perhaps I want to gamble
Oh, I see what you
over
mean.
there,
Gotcha.
I don't get taxed up and out the asshole.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a ranking of economic freedom scales, and UK ranks higher than the US in economic freedom.
But how do they define it?
And I believe it now because my neighbor, he's the top earning poker player in the whole world online or whatever. He's made so much money online, and he has to leave here to go play because he doesn't want to get taxed out the asshole.
It's a balance between how easy it is to open up a business, taxes, all these other things. But what I know of the UK just from Hannah is that they don't collect on certain like thresholds like the way that they penny pinch here on every person. So like if you're making under a certain point, like I don't know, like 20,000 or whatever, just throwing that number out there, they don't even care.
But there's some bullshit, right? So like you want to buy a car, it's a lot more,
Yeah.
right?
Where?
In like Denmark, like Sweden, like
Singapore, you gotta pay like 2x.
pay 2x basically.
Yeah, UK doesn't fit into that category.
You get like a car for like $1,000 there, used.
I was in Sweden and my buddy was like, or Denmark, and my buddy was like, you gotta buy the
Yeah,
car.
I mean,
twice.
if you go to like Denmark or Sweden, then I mean the top tax rates are above 50%. So I think the top marginal tax rate, I won't get the countries right. It's Denmark and Sweden. I think one of them, the top tax rate is 58%, and the other is 50, and the other's and the other I think is 62%.
And because I'm an
something
American,
like that.
I just say like that's all UK.
Yeah.
All the
but a lot of Scandinavians don't mind that because I mean at least it includes all their healthcare, all their education,
True.
all the way up to college level, and so on.
There's visible benefits to that, then. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Not
pay
like here.
we pay like 40% and we have potholes
Yeah.
and no books in our schools. What the fuck is that?
What's a book?
yeah, but Seth Rogen says it's pretty good here.
Oh, that's right.
He's stupid.
Is the concept of libertarian crazy in Europe? Is there like
People don't know what it means.
right?
Libertarianism is if you say you're a libertarian in England or in Germany or France, like they'll just look at you like, what do you mean?
I heard.
Well, because you're a crazy right winger, then, right?
Maybe so.
That's how
but
they see it, right?
They think our left wing is right wing.
True.
Well, okay, so let me clarify that. I was speaking to a journalist in Austria, right? And she used to work for the BBC, and we had a deep conversation. And she said that the American left is still fiscally right and still considered conservative and not that crazy compared to Europeans. So our Bernie, which is crazy left to us, is still kind of right and moderate to the Europeans.
Is that how you guys?
That's true of some countries.
Okay.
So Europe is dozens and dozens of countries.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they're all
just the UK.
Yeah, they're all pretty. Yeah, they're all quite different in that regard. But that would certainly be true in some countries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if
Like
you're
France.
What's your favorite country you've been to?
I don't have a favorite country. Damn. No, I don't have a favorite. I have favorite countries, but
Least favorite?
everywhere's got its.
He's in it.
I don't know. No. The U.S. is in my top 5 countries, man. I love the USA.
Well, because he could be with his people here. Like, he has the range, right? So that's why it's like,
USA.
What do you mean his people, Joe?
right-wingers.
When you're planning to have a kid, if you are,
Yeah.
Where would you want your kid to be born and raised?
Ooh, born wherever they get the most passports, wherever it makes most sense for them. Raised, one of the Gulf countries,
Wow. Really? Okay.
UAE.
So there's not a lot of war there, huh?
It's the safest part of the entire world.
I heard Bahrain is like lit.
Bahrain is lit. Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Saudi. Saudi's coming up, man. Saudi's gonna crush it. In
Really?
the next couple decades.
I also
yeah.
heard they have this wild thing that I don't think California is aware of called desalination plants, where you can actually there's like a whole ocean. So like I guess we're running out of water and stuff, but like there's this whole weird ocean that you can like just take
Get water from?
and pull water from it. And Bahrain does that hella, I heard.
Because we're screaming drought every fucking year, but we have the ocean right there.
And it rains, but they don't know how to catch it.
Yeah, just go like this and like this.
Dude, we have 10 million people in LA. If they just went outside and did like that and put it in a bucket,
Isn't it like illegal to collect rainwater in some places here
maybe.
in the States?
I believe it.
I think
We
so.
have weird laws.
There's some. Yeah, I don't know about California, but I don't. There's some rules around collecting rainwater.
So my American brain, when I think about the Gulf countries, I go, oh, there's always war. It's dangerous.
No wars at all.
There's always some kind of bombing or something going on.
No,
If
I mean
it's
that's
a
another
desert,
part.
it
That's
doesn't
another
work.
part of the Middle East. I mean, if you're
Okay.
if you're Israel, Palestine, Syria, like that, Iraq, Iran.
The UAE, Dubai.
No, the Gulf countries. No,
But at least we're trying to make those places more peaceful though.
more
That's
peaceful.
pretty lit. You feel me?
Yeah, and I grew up in Saudi Arabia, so I'm used to.
Man,
What was it like growing up in Saudi Arabia?
really?
Just perfect?
Amazing. Not perfect, man. Nowhere's perfect. But it's also worth saying, like, I grew up in an expat community, so where I grew up visually, it looked like a suburb in LA or Houston.
Oh.
Yeah, visually. First time I ever came to California, I remember when I went to Orange County, and I was like, it looks like Saudi. What? I felt the same thing when I first went to Houston.
Maybe it's my ignorance, because when I think Saudi Arabia, I think like
It is a giant desert.
you. Well, no, I think Zuby grew up in Aladdin's fucking palace or something.
okay.
Yeah.
Everything's squiggly. Like
Magic carpets?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah,
camels?
Arabian Night. Yeah,
That's the national anthem.
yeah. Of the UK.
For sure.
That's so funny.
So you guys have regular ass houses like we have regular houses.
But with flying carpets.
Yeah, of course. The magic carpet's just in the back.
I thought their houses would be way bigger.
It was actually funny because I went to school in Saudi from kindergarten to 5th grade, and then when I was 11, I went to boarding school in the UK. So from 11 to 20, I was going to school in UK plus university, but I still lived in Saudi Arabia. And when I was 11, 12 in boarding school, I used to get so many questions from other students, and people were from all over the world. And I was like, "What's Saudi Arabia like?" And you could just tell them anything, and they'd believe it. you could just make stuff up. You could just be like, "Oh, my camel, riding my camel to school through the desert," and this, and they're just like, "Wow."
I would believe that right now.
Yeah.
I feel like you go like this. You go like this. I'm gonna pour the sand out, and you make a wish.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Everyone has a genie.
You're like, the
Gotta
teacher
do
turns his back, we shake the sundial, we got a little bit longer of a lunch break. Like, for all I know, that's accurate.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a cool place. Have any of you been anywhere in the Middle East? No. Okay.
No.
I think it's our propaganda to don't go there, because if we see it for ourselves, we're gonna fall in love.
Yeah. How is it for women out there?
Awesome.
Oh.
Again.
Suck on that.
Yeah, suck on that woman.
Again,
Suck on that woman.
again. Let me not speak. Not like the whole Middle East, but yeah, like places I can speak. If you're talking like a Doha.
We're talking about like where
Dubai,
you grew up
Dubai.
specifically.
Oh, where I grew up? No, fantastic, no problem. Yeah, no problems at all. Yeah, but people have different people
So
have
what's
different
the
experiences.
How come we got all this propagandas about women in that area?
Right.
in the Middle East?
Yeah. Well, and then specifically, I would say Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
and Dubai.
Right.
UAE.
Dubai.
I've heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Like if they saw her like this, would they go, "Cover up, lady"?
Yeah, or like if she's got like a fucking Bud Light in her
she's
hand.
wearing much more than many women do in Dubai.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm in Dubai and I'm like, yo, this is haram. These women need to cover up.
Look, you're in the U.S. Okay.
You have to remember, you guys probably don't know this. I mean, if you're talking Dubai, I mean, only 10% of the population is Emirati. 90% expats.
Really?
90%?
Wow.
90%.
Wow.
I'm pretending to understand what that means.
So 90% of the population is from other countries.
Got it.
Yeah. It's Americans, Brits, Canadians, Indians, Pakistanis, Australians.
And
Everyone.
Emirati means
The
type of
locals.
Illuminati people. It's a cult.
And Emirati is someone from the United Arab Emirates.
I think it's a lounge at the airport.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking it's more what Steve said.
They're employees of the airline.
Yeah, I think it's a lounge at the airport.
Oh, it's the girls with the red hats.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And then the tan-
10% of
the
the
tan
country's
suits.
just that.
Hey, Zuby, littlest known fact about yourself, or maybe the most misunderstood thing about you.
Most misunderstood thing about me. Gosh, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about me the last couple of years.
What's the best and juiciest?
The best one's that I'm not real and that I'm AI.
What? That's crazy.
Wait, touch him, Steve. Touch him.
Yeah.
I can't.
He's a hologram.
Someone's really gonna believe that.
Yeah. So that's the funniest
I
one.
hope they do.
Well, we have a
that's
woke
my
audience, so
favorite
if I didn't ask to touch you, they would get on.
That's right. They'll be like, oh, I can't believe they didn't ask him about the AI thing.
Consent's very
That's
important.
why, yeah, it's very important to our audience.
Do you actually have a woke audience?
Oh yeah, the most woke ever.
They're so woke
This
and
is
they're
the
wide
most woke
awake.
show ever.
Yeah. This is the wokest show on YouTube, really.
Woke show on YouTube?
Yeah.
We get actually accused for both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, one day we're libtards, the next day we're Trump supporting right-wing MAGA guys. Yeah.
Yep.
And there's no way to say we're just
We're just Bob Dole Republicans.
fucking who cares.